Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Code 1159 self-winding chronograph in stainless steel with a blue dial. Reference 26393ST.OO.A348KB.01. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch and then where it stands in the lineup of other similar Code 1159s. Then I'll tell you about the case bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with just a little history. Now the Code 1159 came out in something like 2017 or 2018. It was not very well received when it first came out, and it took quite some time. AP kind of shoved it down the people's throats from 17 until I'd say like, I don't know, now. And nobody wanted it because it didn't really look that great when it first came out, that is. And that's kind of to be expected. I mean, it's a product that was first released, and so, what do you expect? But as time went on, they really stepped up the game, made the watch look much better, and this is the final result. This is what it looks like after a few tries, and I have to say, it looks pretty darn good. And now I actually like it. Now, I'll go through some specifics of it and tell you about what I think of it and as I go through each part, but just to give you a little history, the first generation was from around 2017 until like 2023 or so. And during that period, the only thing that they changed was the dial. This is the newer dial, the way the dial should look and does look as of 2026. And this second generation, the code went through one revamp, and this is the second revamp. The first revamp or first introduction, as I said, wasn't that great, but now it is quite great. Okay, so this is what you have, and that's just a little history. Okay, now where does it stand in the lineup of other similar codes? Well, in the code, they basically what they do is you use the same case, which is a beautiful case. They do a great job on the case, all right. And what makes a watch a Code 1159 is the case. The case is the thing that holds the dial and the movement and such, and in that it's all the same looking case, even other most expensive codes. Then they changed the complications, and there's a lot of different complications. This one happens to be a chronograph complication. So yeah, and now they make the chronograph in the steel with either blue or green, and they also make it in rose, or they also make it in the reverse gray, and also like a taupe color in the steel. And then they also do a rose gold in either this blue or green, or they also do it in black too. Okay, so there's a lot of variations. Chronograph is a very common complication. In fact, I would say it's the most common complication of all because it's the most useful. Calculating elapsed time, it kind of makes sense that a watch that they make the most variations of it. Okay, so this one is the blue dial. Let's start talking about the watch, starting with the case itself. Let's look at the case. Now, it's their standard 41 millimeter case, and it's a very beautiful case in that it has these scalloped, or I shouldn't say scalloped, I should say they hollowed out lugs. But if you look carefully at the finishing of the lugs, they are done very, very well. You have high polish even on the inner bevel of the lug when they hollow it out. And also on the mid case, or actually not on the mid case, on the case, on the rim, I guess you call it the bezel. It's kind of hard to call this a bezel because it's so thin, but it is. And if you look at the mid case here, it actually looks like a Royal Oak in that it looks octagonal. So they managed to keep the same DNA of a Royal Oak and sandwich it in between. A really innovative design on the case. I gotta say, for a round case, they really redefined a round case in that, making these incredible lugs, this Royal Oak-ish looking mid case. I mean, they did a great job. And look at the polish. It's high, it's satin finish, alternating with high polish on the mid case, and they do it again on the case. This level of detail is actually what Patek does on their grand complications. I don't think Patek does a case like this on their complications, regular complications. And get this watch is much cheaper than Patek's complications. Okay, but at any rate, the case is really cool, all right? And what else is cool about it is that it's 41 millimeters diameter, okay? But it's 12.6 millimeters in thickness, all right? Which I'm gonna say actually is not that much if you consider that it has a complication, all right? And the lug to lug, which is probably the most important, going from the top 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock where the strap connects at the longest distance, it's approximately 50 millimeters. 50 millimeters from lug to lug. And that is gonna fit almost everybody. I would say with, let's say, a 7.75 inch wrist or smaller. That's gonna fit you very nicely. Okay, so that's the case, and this one is made in steel. They do make it in other materials, as I stated, but this one's in steel. And moving on to the bezel, I'm not really going to say much other than the bezel is really thin. It's the crystal or the dial goes edge to edge, kind of like a cell phone, and that's a new that's a modern trend. Patek, a more traditional company, is not going to do that. Now let's look at the dial here, which is really where this watch is shining, and it is different from the previous generation. It's actually the only thing that's different from this generation, first, second generation, and first. The dial first is what they call blue nude nuage. That part's not that interesting in that a lot of AP does blue nuage or their famous blue. Okay, but what is kind of interesting, or very interesting if you ask me, is it uses a guilloche dial. And this guilloche, I'm going to call it a guilloche concentric dial. This pattern here, it emanates from the center toward the periphery in this beautiful pattern, kind of like maybe like an earthquake or something, or some kind of really cool pattern. All right, and the counters are going to be blue, but they have an external ring around them, gray ring that is, to give it some contrast. And I like how that two goes together. And here's the biggest thing, I don't think it gets mentioned of. In the previous generation, I don't know who was designing it, but they got to get fired because the hands, the hour markers, everything was non-luminescent. You literally could not read it at night. It was retarded. Now, it is having luminescent on the hour markers and the hands, so you can actually read this watch at nighttime, no problem. And that is a huge difference because it makes this watch usable at night when the previous generation was not. And that is a big deal. You have a gray inner bezel ring here. Okay, and then of course you have the date, which is quite necessary. If you look at the Daytona, for example, they don't even do a date. This one has a date at the 4 o'clock, which is often needed, and as well as a 12-hour counter. And now I say that 12-hour, it's important because some chronographs, like Patek, for whatever reason, they do 30-minute counters. I mean, it makes no sense. There's so many times when you need a chronograph more than 30 minutes. A Patek 5172 manual wind chronograph, which is this one is kind of like, it doesn't even have a date, and it can't calculate its lapse time for more than 30 minutes. It's lame. But this one calculates for 12 hours, so that's enough. 12 hours is generally all you need, and I think this one does a nice job of it, okay? All right, let's look at the strap here. Not much to say. It's a canvas strap. It's actually, I think it's a rubber. I think it's a leather strap, actually made to look like, or it's a rubber strap, made to look like a canvas strap. Okay, and for the buckle, it's just a pin buckle, steel pin buckle. And the caliber here, let's talk about the movement. The caliber is a 4401. Now they use this 4401 flyback chrono. Flyback means you can press the bottom button and it returns back to zero without having to restart and restop. It has a power reserve of 70 hours, which is kind of standard now, 40 joules and 381 parts. That's a lot. That's a lot of parts for a chronograph, but it has a date too, so not that much. But this caliber, they use this 4401 caliber in all their chronographs, in their offshores, in their code, in their, I think even in the Royal Oak, but they modified it a little bit. But basically, they use this caliber everywhere. And why not? It's an integrated movement that is made in-house, all by AP. So why not? And it's a beautiful movement. I like the rotor, everything about it. Okay, time to try this watch on and give you my thoughts. I like the code now. I don't like the earlier generations as much. Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I don't like them as much, you know, as the newer generation. And I think to have a watch that, look, this watch retails, okay, at like 39,000 plus tax, it's going to be like 40,000. Oh, by the way, I'm giving you my thoughts now. These are my personal thoughts about this watch, right? Because you're thinking about, you're buying this watch, but you also want to know what my thoughts are. Is probably why you're watching the video. This watch retails for 39,700, and after tax, it's going to be like almost $45,000. And you can buy it at jazztime.com for mid-20s, 26, 27,000 or something like that is what we're selling it for. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe more. Anyways, you can find out by clicking on the link in the description below. But that's a huge savings. It's nearly $20,000 savings to buy it at Jazz Time. We get you the same exact watch, and we save you money. And now, why is that? Well, you know, AP's doing kind of a nasty thing, which is actually all companies are doing, but it's the way the game is played. It could be nasty, I guess you could say, or it could just be that's the way the game is played. The game is played such that one must buy a code 1159 to quote unquote start a relationship with AP before you can buy one of their flagship Royal Oaks or whatever it is that you want to buy, because those ones are trading above retail. These are trading way below retail. And so people buy, AP wants to get people to buy their code 1159. So they pair it with a Royal Oak. And that's how the game is played. Now, I'm not saying AP is the only one who does it. Pretty much every company does it. Patek definitely does it. If you want an Aquanaut or Patek, which is the only watch that anyone really cares about at Patek, then you have to buy one of their whatever complications. And that's the same goes with AP. You got to buy one of these Circle watches to get one of those Royal Oaks. Whether you like it or not, who cares? That is how the game is played. So with that said, this is still a beautiful watch. It has a beautiful case, beautiful dial. It's unique. It's from a top brand, and you can get it at a price that is much less than retail. And so you have a new unique watch, durable in steel. And so I'm going to definitely give it 2 thumbs up. And if you'd like to buy it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.